A deadly virus breaks out and is spreading fast. What is your first move? Make sure my antivirus software is up to date. Take car. Grab mum. Kill Phil. Sorry Phil. Get Liz. Then go to the Winchester. Have a nice cold pint and wait for it all to blow over. Edit. I knew the abnormal amount of times watching this movie would pay off one day. Get shot and wake up in a hospital several weeks later. It's the only logical move. Tok. Alaska. It's about a 5-hour drive from where I live. Plenty of fish. Bears. Moose. Caribou. Rabbits. Sheep. Waterfowl. And fresh water. My father-in-law has a large cabin. Guest cabin. And shop with fuel. ADVs. Tools. Weapons. Ammo loading. A shitload of books. And all the hunting camping gear you could ever want. Plenty of timber to use as fuel. Edit. A word. I'd move to Madagascar or Greenland, of course. Stay at home and browse Reddit. Can't catch the virus if I don't come into contact with it. Although I'm not sure that would count as a first move because it's what I'd be doing anyway. Be realistic about your chance of survival and try and die in a way which confuses future archaeologists. Fetal position. Cries. Contract it as fast as possible. Don't wanna be an outcast. Realistically, this is probably not the worst move. You'll find out fast enough whether or not it's deadly for you and develop immunity, either from waking up or from the contagion, and if you happen to develop immunity to the contagion, you can proceed to go Typhoid Mary the holdouts once you're no longer obviously contagious and claim their cool stuff. Gas mask. Hazmat suit. Flamethrower. Become pyro. Hudda hudda hug. MMMPHHH MMMMPHHHHHH MMMMMMMMMMPPPPMPHMPHMPH. Throw on a P100 respirator. With one of the dozens of cartridges I have sitting around. I'm honestly not very worried about a deadly virus with a short incubation time that spreads fast. The one that worries me is the deadly one with a slow incubation time. That doesn't get any public attention before everyone is infected. I love how everyone seems to think they'll be able to casually show up at some store and peacefully buy some provisions in this scenario. Businesses won't be running. Employees won't be coming in and the masses will be looting everything. If it were ever like the movies, theirs is always one with an antidote. I'll find that person. Hunt him down. Get up. Put on my scrubs. Grab my emergency N90 mask and keep as many people alive for as long as I can. I put myself in the way of sickness all the time. Not gonna abandon you fuckers because it's a little worse this time. Costco. Get those canned goods and bottled water. Buy masks for breathing and drive for the mother f***ing mountains. Load up on non-perishables. Grab a toolbox full of tools and a weapon. Pick up the wife and steal a boat from the harbor. Using my GPS. Which is still working. It's only early days in the catastrophe. I sail out to a remove island near the tropics. Enjoy the rest of my days as a farmer hunter where I raise 3 kids who are carriers for the disease but not infected per se. Eventually. Maybe not in my lifetime. Help comes and my kids return to rebuild the shattered remnants of our planet. Edit. I may grab the 200k microscope from work and in my spare time cure the disease as I have studied infectious diseases at university. Fashion a breathing mask out of a pair of underwear and strap it to my face and set off to work. Where I work in a supermarket. I'd back my car into the loading bay, which only a few in the store know how to open, and stock up on all the stuff we have in the warehouse. Head out to the family farm. My dad is pretty sure Obama is the Antichrist and is preparing for the end, so he's pretty stocked up on food, water and guns. If it's airborne, a gas mask or oxygen tank. If it's through infection like zombies, Get to a secluded location with lots of vantage points and stock up beforehand with some buddies. If it's through touch, gloves should work. Either scenario, just get the FCK out of wherever it is you are and only associate with people on the same mentality level as you, otherwise you get cooped up with dumbasses who will endanger you. I'll head over to the sink and wash my hands. Buy some hand sanitizer. Grab a nice cup of coffee where I replaced sugar with the hand sanitizer. And then promptly go around murdering everyone that I think is sick. Yeah, that seems good. Use my key to gain access to the grocery store across the road in the dead of night. Stockpile food and cat food. And just stay in my house chilling out in the aircon. Watching TV and movies. If it kills me, it kills me. Might as well live a relaxing few more days before it does. Also, I'd finally give that boy what he wants and let him FCK me. You know those really obese people who can't walk and ride amigos? I want to watch and see what type of zombie they end up being. Can the zombie walk if the living cannot? If I recall correctly. Reddit. Boomer. You want to stay away from those. Especially if they get sick on you. It will attract hordes of other zombies. Along with intense music that will magically start playing in the background as you unload all of your ammo on a choke point in a hallway. Family Farm has plenty of canned food. Hundreds of pounds of frozen meat. And is barricaded by natural barriers on 3 sides. We can flood the ditches and create a moat of blazing diesel fuel if things got really bad. Oh wait. I'm thinking zombie apocalypse. Wear my respirator. Eventually it'll be useless. Sure. But it has a beck and particle filters. So it should protect me for a while. Then. Raid a shop. Get as much bottled water as I can fit in my car. And some nibbles. A few tins of baked beans should do. Fruits and veg will have to wait until everyone else is dead. How fast does this virus act? I'd stock up enough for 2 weeks. A bottle of water a day should last. Multiply by 2 for boiling. Then a few for hygiene. About 40 liters of water. Then. I'd get home. Board up the windows. And hope nobody tries to break in because I don't have a gun. As long as the internet is working I would remain in my room. If I do not interact with people I won't get the virus and die of starvation. There I know what will happen. Much better. Get solar powered radio. Solar powered battery charger. Flashlight. Gas mask. Hazard suit. Lots of drinking water. Lots of food and duct tapes, then go to a hospital or medical supply store where sell tons of oxygen tanks. Put all my items in a room with toilet, a bed or a sofa and kitchen, then look for oxygen tanks. Seal doors, windows and vents with the duct tape. Usually go for the less visible symptoms to get it to spread under the radar. Also moisture resistance II so I can get the upgrade that lets it infect water supplies. Get my team together at the designated rendezvous point. Get all the pre-packed gear and food on board a ship and start sailing. Easy peasy. Assuming the virus is airborne. First move. Hardware store. Get massive respirator. I know it's not rated for viruses. But it should at least help some. Make sure I get a bunch of extra filters. Get plastic and duct tape. Second move. Get a grocery store. Buy as much food as I can. Stockpile essentials. Flour. Fuck buying bread. I'll make my own. Carbon filters for water. Powdered milk. Canned goods. Butter. Frozen goods. And soap. Third move. Home. Seal all the windows. Get my brother over to help. Tell him to bring his guns. Food and ammo. His cats can live in the basements for now. Start watching the news obsessively and live like a hermit. Depending on state of the world. Either go to work. Or stay home and live like a hermit for a few weeks until it all blows over or I'm forced to leave the house to find food. Same thing anyone would do in any catastrophic event. Start printing Wikipedia articles to save the summation of human knowledge. Also start downloading the site to a hard drive so I can continue printing if it goes down. Drive to the Continental Divide. Turn down the 20-mile access road. Destroy and barricade said road as best as possible. And go camp out in the abandoned mine shafts of a gold rush ghost town. Allocate enough food and water to last me a month. My house is well stocked, so with any luck I wouldn't have to leave. Then I'd wait it out until my supplies are gone. Hopefully after that time the worst will be over and I can return to society. Grab everything I can whilst avoiding the general public as much as possible and proceed to run to an uncharted island. Edit. Spelling. Head up to Canada. Low population density. Freezing temperatures. And as humanity dies off, the numbers of wild game animals will rise. I'll eat so much caribou. And beaver. It depends on how the virus is spreading. But I would try and get as many medical masks and high-end water filtration systems as well as canned food, lots and lots of canned foods. Go to my great-grandmother's house. Clay canister. If she was infected, then she wouldn't have to die alone and we could have won last game of cards. Sell 500 sulfur and 1000 semiconductor. Their value only goes down with time. Buy 1000 wood. And 2000 iron. They needed to produce machinery I will need. Grab my guns. Any food. Other essentials. And my good wedding dress and head to camp. 20 miles from the nearest small town. Well for water, sometimes springs. And plenty of natural food I know how to gather. Relax on my back porch in wedding dress and shoot anyone that doesn't heed my warnings. Propane for heat. Generator for sudden power needs. Use wood fire to cook. Venture off a month or two later after the radios go silent to steal more things I need and more dresses. Wear what I want with no people to judge me. Scan my computer and disconnect from the internet. If it's a worldwide outbreak of pandemic, insta-death, you really have no hope of outwaiting it in your basement or making it on the open road. You're best off sealing off your house, filling everything that can contain water to the top and hope that you already have plenty of food. If they have a cure fast enough, you're safe. If not, you're a dead man because none of you own a farm in the sticks that's inaccessible to a guy with a gun. Or multiple guys with multiple guns. Grab my gas mask. Load up my rucksack with 12 gauge shells and grab my Ithaca 37. Load up dad's jeep with all the hunting supplies we have on hand. Like MREs, water, various firearms and ammunition, camp stove, fuel, etc. Load ATVs on trailer with jerry cans of fuel. Grab one or two nearby friends. Make a beeline for the mountains, where my family has a cabin. Hold out. Go to yacht club, steal all yachts. Tie them together creating yacht city. Farm on yachts. Fish on yachts. Screen everyone for virus before entering yacht city. And survive. Head to my nearest regional Walmart distribution warehouse. Warehouses are big and meant to be secured. And it would be full of an endless supply of food, clothes, camping equipment and household goods. Secure warehouse. Wait it out. I would check online to see if there is a vaccine or cure. If not, then I would read up on the symptoms and take it from there. Everyone here is assuming it's a deadly virus, but it could be relatively innocuous. Edit. Never mind. I'm stupid. Hit up grocery stores. Gun store. Lock up myself in my own house. Play Civ 5 till I run out of food. Then go out to survive in a real life Walking Dead. With my luck, probably die. I think I'd probably secure a gun for protection because shit is gonna hit the fan and people are gonna start going crazy. Also, if this virus is gruesome and drawn out when caught, I'll have a way to end life on my own terms without going through all the suffering. Stock up on food and supplies. Don't leave home for a few months. Use masks or hazmat suits outside. Probably go to the interior of the country for a while. Find out how it's spread. If it's spread via body fluids, keep going as normal. And avoid blood pacts at all costs. If it's spread via contact, become immediate germaphobe and keep 99% isopropyl alcohol plus cotton wipes on me at all times. And boil all clothing daily. If it's spread via air, well, it was nice knowing you. I live in a city of 2.5 million. And basically right in the middle. No way I would be able to get to a secluded enough area. Simulate it on Plague Incorporated. And move to the country that survives the longest. So more than likely Greenland or Iceland, assuming it didn't start there. Pack all my shit up and move to my 220,000 acre cattle station. Next nearest person is 40 mile and a bloody difficult drive away. There's always at least 3+ months of dry food in storage and delicious beef on legs for when if that runs out. I was thinking it would be hard because it's not like zombies that you can just try not to get bitten by. If a virus is airborne, it's pretty hard. I imagine I'd grab my supplies and get ready to go to a completely safe, remote area. Then I'd trip and fall down the stairs, break my neck and die. I'd be dead about 5 minutes into the outbreak. Take Pete's car. We drive over to Mom's. We go in. Take care of Philip. Then we grab Mom and go over to Liz's place. Hole up. Have a cup of tea. And wait for all of this to blow over. I would be like, haha. I don't even care about any viruses. I live in a tiny ass country in Europe. And I'd be watching the news. And being happy I'm in a country no one cares about. Load up. Head into the woods with my friends if they are not infected. Live on the land. Move up to better land. Solely travel into town with gas masks. Armed up. If martial law is in session, well, there's no chance of grabbing ammo other than locally owned stores. And for the right price, I'm sure they would toss over some spare ammo. Other than that, if I were to become infected, motion of gun fingers to the head, click. Boom. Edit. If looters are around, I'm sure some won't mind 4-5 people walking in armed to the teeth get some supplies. Peacefully. I hope. Lest we have to deafen most of the people in the store. Have some fun. Even if by some miracle I survive by being extremely careful all the time. For however long it takes for the virus to die out. WTF is my prize? I get to help rebuild society? FCK no, I have absolutely no useful skills to use in a world where, at least, half the population might be dead. Hope it's not in winter. Because my yacht is on land in winter. Grab canned veg, bottled water and spare fishing hooks. Put to sea and pray the virus requires either human contact to spread, or at least cannot spread on the wind over the ocean. Get home to my family. Second move. Assess the situation and decide if we will shelter in place or literally head for the hills. The reality is you are not going to get far because everybody will be trying to go somewhere. To think you are going to make it more than 100 miles is faulty logic. I say this because I have seen it numerous times living on the Gulf Coast when hurricanes make landfall. The correct answer, IMHO, is to try to get somewhere somewhat remote within a 30-50 radius. If we are only dealing with a virus, you should also be wearing a surgical mask, or masks of that nature if a virus is airborne. Always be vigilant about washing your hands and stop touching your face. Keep distance when encountering people, talking, etc. You don't have to be a hermit. If we all would be responsible and aware, we could self-quarantine and stop a virus dead in its tracks. Source: I'm a biology guy. My mother volunteers at a food bank. It's a small operation, but they have so much canned food. I'd casually drive over there, back my truck up to the door, and raid the shit out of it. I'd have enough food and water to last for years. Then I'm driving to the mountains. I'd Google and find the most secluded vacant rental cabin and settle in. If society hasn't broken down, I'll pay rent. If not, I'll just commandeer it. Then chill and wait.